that is a zebra on the ice, Bill.
How did he get on the ice?
That's amazing.
They still can't get him off the ice. This is crazy.
Here comes all the zebras. It's a zoo out there.
You can't do that. Doesn't matter. Get in the box.
Welcome everyone to Chirping Zebras. Maybe we'll all embrace the zebra side.
Welcome, everyone, to Chirping Zebras, episode 86, the Kevin Miller episode. He was our guest on episode 50, Kevin Miller of the Boston Bruins. Mark Riley, virtually alongside Gino Binda Jr. and Josh Dolan. And we want to thank, before we get into anything, want to remind you to like and subscribe on YouTube, and also find us on all the social medias, the Instagram, the Facebook, and, of course,
the TikTok.
Thank you, Gino. And also want to thank our sponsors, and that is plural now. We want to thank the Referees Crease. They've been with us since the beginning. Your one-stop shop for all your refereeing needs, from payment to scheduling to advancement and education. They're your people if you with anything to do with ice hockey refereeing. Also want to thank Damon Financial LLC. Damon, for over 24 years, has helped families and business owners grow and protect their wealth with clear, trusted strategies. From retirement planning and investments to tax-efficient solutions, they deliver no-nonsense advice focused on your goals. You can give them a call at 508-321-2101 today to schedule your meeting with Damon Financial, or visit them at damonfinancial.com. And our buddy Mike Damon, I want to thank him for sponsoring the podcast. Also want to thank Townsend Hockey, Graham Townsend, our guest on episode 82. We'll hear more about that in a little bit, about his hockey school, but it's a fantastic school up in Maine. And also want to thank our buddy Travis Jackson, Action Jackson from Alaska, sponsoring this episode as well. He was, I believe, episode 13. So a lot of past guests helping out with the show, and we love that, right, Gino?
Absolutely.
Also want to give a shout out to AOA Studios, even though we're not there. They're our favorite studio to tape in, up in Beverly, Mass. So check them out as well. Pierre Maguire last week. I mean, absolute beauty.
Yes. He was awesome.
Yeah, that was
Just unlimited stories.
He could have went on and on and on. Like we had to cut him off, but now we got to get him up to the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that
We got to follow up on that.
that is he gave us the
He threw it out
connection.
there.
Yeah, he threw it out there that we can go and tape a podcast from the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Now I just need to get a passport. Mine's
You don't have-
expired.
you
I got
have
to
a
make sure I'm
passport?
allowed to go to Canada.
Yeah, I don't think you are.
I know I might not be.
I might be
yeah,
going up
mine-
alone.
Well, mine's expired. Yeah, I got to get
It
a new
might
one.
be just me at the Hockey
You
Hall
and
of Fame.
Pierre.
Josh is not allowed, and Gino doesn't have a passport. That's fantastic.
It might
All
be
right.
up now. I got to check.
We'll do it
Well,
virtual.
I hope. Yeah. You guys will be on Zoom. I'll make sure I bring my laptop to the Hall of Fame. That'll be a Kevin Stevens episode, just me. So that's all right, though. And also want to mention our online store is up and running now.
Yes, it
We
is.
got almost all the products out there. Still dealing with a couple of issues with a couple of the items, but we have sweatshirts, we have different kinds of t-shirts, hats. We have a bunch of stuff out there. So check that out. All you have to do is go to chirpingzebras.com, click on the shop and icon, and it'll bring you right to the store. Order them up and get them sent right out. So we're very excited about that. Our new online store. Still working on the yoga pants, but
We'll get there.
We'll get there. So very exciting stuff going on here with the Zebras. And also, we're very excited about our guest today. Our guest is a longtime hockey guy and also one of the stars of Maine Cabin Masters, the show. Maine Cabin Masters. And if you haven't checked it out, you should. We want to welcome Jared Jedi Baker to the Zebras. Jedi, welcome.
Gentlemen,
Welcome.
thanks for having
What's
me.
up,
How
dude?
are you? What's going on?
Now, right off the hop, Jedi. Where'd that come from?
Yeah. real name's Jared, but the day I was born, my father called me Jed. And then that was 78. So 79, 80, 81, 82, Star Wars was coming about. And Jed quickly became Jedi. Father,
Naturally.
not even a sci-fi, guy. Yeah, everybody around me started calling me Jedi. 90-something-year-old grandmother called me Jedi right up until, but yeah, it's been a tough name to live up to.
It's pretty cool that like it's not like your dad was a Star Wars nerd and
Not one
I'm
bit.
a Star Wars nerd, so no offense to any Star Wars people out there, but the fact that it just kind of came out because that movie came out at the perfect time.
Yeah, yeah. No, I grew up on a farm, so he was, a flannel wearing, steel toe boots, always out in the barnyard. So yeah, definitely just happened to come about. But yeah, it stuck pretty well, and it's been a fun nickname to have.
That's awesome. I actually wore flannel. I wasn't sure.
I almost put mine on, but
And you beat me to the joke. I was going to make fun of the shirt, but I can't now.
It is Calvin Klein, but it's still flannel. So
yeah,
I kind of
perfect.
covered both bases, right? Now, I want to talk about the show, Maine Cabin Masters. I don't know. I watched a few last week, because we had met at the Portland Card Show, and so I honestly had never heard of the show, so I threw it on. And it's one of those shows I watched like one or two. Next thing you know, I'm like 12 or 13 in, and I can't stop watching this thing. It's crazy. So for those who haven't seen it, because I could kind of give you what it's about for me, but you definitely know more than I do.
Yeah, we're 10, 11 years into it now, 260 something episodes. We just go through the state of Maine. We go all over the state and restore old camps and cabins. We're very family oriented. We've all been friends, the five of us, for a long time. We were friends and working together before the show even started. But yeah, we just try to preserve those family memories of, we call it camp. It's just a place either in the woods, a hunting camp, or a piece of property on the lake or on the water somewhere just to escape for a little bit. You go most anywhere else, they call it a cabin. So the network didn't want to go Maine Camp Masters. They wanted Maine Cabin Masters. So better ring to it, I guess. But
Whatever sells, right?
yep.
And so you guys were working together. Was this something you were doing? And then the show came along and said, "Hey, this is pretty cool."
Yeah, so we from the show there's Chase, Ryan, Ashley, Dixie, and myself. Dixie, Ryan, and I were working together, doing the same thing, just odd jobs here and there, and building new homes and new construction and stuff. And then Ryan kind of started dating Ashley, and Ashley and her brother Chase, their family, they had been doing salvage and restoration since they were kids. And Chase had this big timber frame job that he was doing. It was the middle of January, like needed a couple extra hands. So Dixie, Ryan, and I started working with Chase. And then we were up doing a metal roof, and Chase came to work one morning. He's like, "Hey, I got this phone call. I don't know if it's a joke or a scam, but do you guys want to be on TV?" And we just started heaving tools off the roof. It was like 10 degrees out, like snowing. And it's like, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, a few Skype interviews with the network over the next week or two. And then we filmed our first pilot episode. The first pilot episode was actually set for the History Channel. We were going to do our crew here in Maine, and then there was a crew in Alaska doing the same exact thing. And then the pilot never got picked up. So Dorsey Entertainment, our production company, they said, "Well, hold tight. Like, you guys are awesome. We've had some fun doing this. We're gonna just film a different approach to the pilot episode." And we made it more about like the family as opposed to just these off-grid rundown cabins. We made, a little bit different approach to it. But yeah, filmed the first pilot episode, and it's gone through the roof since.
So was it originally on the Magnolia Network? Is that who?
No, we first were on, I want to say it was either Discovery or DIY Network. It was both of those kind of at one point, and then we went to, what was the next? Well, it was like a Paramount or Warner Brothers, and then Magnolia ended up buying our show off from Dorsey a year or two ago. So last couple of years have been with Magnolia.
So cool. I mean, what you guys do and how you do it. I mean, I'm not handy. Outside of, being handy with myself, I can't swing a hammer. I'm lucky I can
Start a
start
straight rifle or ruler, right?
Yeah, I just not. So when I watch shows like that, and you guys like literally build shit from nothing or rip something down. I mean, I did demo back in the day with one of our other fellow guests, Luke Galvin. That I'm good at. I can tear shit down, but building it up, forget about it.
Yeah. I have a thing with it. We do our demo days for the shows. I like to call it dismantling. Some of the others on the crew, it's demo, like karate kicks and sledgehammers and sawzalls and chainsaws. And to me, I like to be a little delicate, take it down the way it got put up, and it makes reusing and repurposing all that stuff a lot easier, and way less cleanup.
Yeah, we just had some work done in our kitchen. We had, a built-in bench, and it was all like custom built, and just incredible the work they do and the detail. And it's like, you just see the pieces, like, from start to finish, and you're like, wow, how's this going to come out? And then all of a sudden the final product, and you're like, holy, how did they do that? And it's incredible, like what you guys do on the show.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I tell people all the time, like whether it's wood, concrete, or steel, if you think it, like you can build it. It is possible. Obviously, time and money come into play, but yeah, if you can think it, you can build it for sure.
That's now I like dismantle. I think we used to use that word back in the day when someone was, drunk off their ass. He used
I use
dismantle.
that all the time.
Dismantled a few in my day.
Right. But I like that. It's got a classier ring to it.
Yeah.
Now there's one episode I haven't been able to watch because it's locked and I still don't know how to unlock it. But the one where you take a pontoon boat and build a freaking cabin on it. Tell me about that one, because I saw pictures and I'm like, damn, that looks cool.
It's a Frankenstein, but it was a fun project. We've done a lot of episodes, for like Chase and Ryan and Ash, and Dix did the one or two for Dixie. And I don't know. I just never really wanted an episode, or I don't have a cabin. I'm not going to go borrow $400,000 from a bank just to have a cabin to put on an episode. I went to the network and they would keep hounding me about doing a Jedi episode. And I said, well, I tell you what, I said, if you want me to do an episode, I'll build a houseboat. I'll get an old pontoon, strip it down and build a houseboat. But, yeah, it was a pretty cool project for sure. Yeah, drove to Vermont, bought this 30-foot pontoon, stripped it right down, kind of framed up, this little cabin, it's just, it's a bunk bed, it's a bed, it's got a full working toilet in it, and, an insane stereo system, upper deck, big party upper deck, stuff like that. Yeah, it's not really a cabin, but it's a spot to stay on the lake overnight, a couple nights at a time.
Do you still have it, or did you?
I do, yeah. Yeah, and
Oh,
we
cool.
actually, we just did that episode, last summer, I think, just kind of aired this past summer. Yeah, it gets a lot of looks going across the lake.
I'm sure.
When we first put it in the water, it was very top heavy, a little nerve wracking, to be honest with you. Like when you were under power, it didn't feel so bad, but when you were stopped and you had people on that upper deck, it's like, oh my God, we're going over. So, we pulled it out, made some modifications, and we put outriggers on it. We bought 2 extra pontoons and then kind of just like a resitch on a pickup truck with the receiver and the sleeve and whatnot. We ran receivers all underneath the boat, and then put the other two pontoons on the like the receiver end of it, and they kind of extend out, and you couldn't tip the thing over if you tried right now.
Sweet.
But
It's awesome.
yeah, like I say, it was a Frankenstein. It was all on a napkin, just like no plans, no design, no anything. Just
Figure
but
it out.
yeah, it's a camper on pontoons.
that's that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, not something you'd see down at Carson Beach in Southie.
No, you
Uh,
won't.
You know, or now, what was your favorite one that you did?
Well, kind of before we got going here, I had mentioned we just did a two-part episode up in an area up in the Allagash, up at 9 Mile Bridge up on the St. John River, pretty much right at the Canadian border. 3 hours from the closest gas station, 3 hours from anything with power, water, sewer, septic.
Jeez.
Like, yeah, we took all our food, all our gear, all our materials, and went up there for 2 weeks and did an episode up there. But that's definitely one of my favorites. It's just because of the location. There's more moose than people up that way. You know, it's pretty awesome.
So how do the episodes work? Do they like reach out to you, the network, or do you guys just have projects and you say, hey, this is our, this would be a good episode to be on, or how's that all
Yep,
work out?
so we get people submit their camps
Okay.
to the network, and they kind of want a little history or a background about the camp and like a video and just a little explanation, and then whatever they have for a budget. And then the network will kind of filter through those, and then we'll filter through what we think is possible for what the budget is or location. But right now we're sitting on about 5,000 applications.
Wow.
Yeah,
Holy smokes!
it's
Just in the
wild.
state of Maine?
There's a few that, somebody from Wisconsin or Michigan or upstate New York, they want us to come, or
Have
we
you
do
ever
have
traveled?
some. What's that?
You guys have traveled?
The only thing we've done out of the state of Maine, a couple of 2 years ago, Chase and his wife bought one of those abandoned houses in Italy,
Okay.
and we went over to Italy and redid a place over there. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Those guys, they were over there for probably 3 months, maybe. I went over and worked and filmed for about 2 to 3 weeks, but that was pretty wild.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
What I found cool is like you give a timeline. So unlike other, I guess,
Hmm.
I don't know what you call them, remodeling shows or like, house makeover or whatever it is. You guys say, all right, this is going to take 16 weeks. So it's like you're filming for a while to get that finished product.
Yeah, so we film year round, nonstop. Generally we have like 4 cabins going at once. So say in the springtime we start 4 camps, and over that 16 weeks we'll complete those 4 camps. So there's like an A shoot, a B shoot, and a C shoot. So like those 4 we'll film for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then the film crew will leave for like 2 weeks. And then when they come back, we'll start another 4, and that first 4 will be like at the midpoint. And then when they leave and come back, those 4 that were at the beginning are now at the midpoint. The midpoint is at our finishing touches, and then we're starting 4 more. So we kind of leapfrog 4 to 5 camps at a time. But
And
we've
it's just
got
the
some
5 of you?
for the first 6 or 7 years, 5, 6 years, it was just the 5 of us. But we've got some really good crews that work ahead of us and behind us, and really help us do what we're doing today. The networks, they want more and more episodes, and without the other people, it's just not possible. But yeah, when you reference kind of watching some of the other shows, we are like one of the only legit unscripted shows that you'll see. We do, kind of what we do, and the cameras just keep rolling, and they pick what they want for footage. So
Gold Rush is one of those shows that I watched on the road a lot, right? Like I feel like that was a pretty good one, just because, like, I don't know, just taking millions of dollars out of the ground. It's wild,
right, you
And they
can't
putting
really
that in-
fake that too much.
No, and the amount of money they put up to get out, it's insane, and the risk they take, it's absolutely wild to me. But like, I watched that show, and it's all like, one guy referred to it as like shit that breaks all the time, right? So like, what are like the biggest, like, do you guys have like any like disasters or anything that like, oh man, like that, oh, we shouldn't have did that, that just cost us a day or two? Like, was there anything crazy that happened on one of the job sites?
Well, a production company, I mean, they would love that to happen every day,
Right.
that they come to film us. But, what we're doing is pretty straightforward. We'll have, weather, weather can slow us down quite a bit, especially when we're building in the wintertime. But as far as big disasters, nothing too bad. We'll get into a place and we'll find out that it's just completely rotten, or there's carpenter ants that have just destroyed the whole place, where we thought it was just a quick fix, and now we've got to tear down this whole section and rebuild that. So that's about the extent of it.
I mean, weather got to be a pain in the ass too, right? Like, you guys are up in Maine, dealing with a lot of rain, a lot of snow.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the wintertime, we can go a month where it doesn't get above 5 or 10 degrees,
And you're working outside for the most part, right?
Yep. But, the proper gear, and just keep moving.
Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah.
That's when you, like, I mean, we're a referee podcast, and you see you're in a rink and it's cold, and you see the guys out there with gloves on. I'm like, I never wore gloves. We worked in outdoor rinks and never wore gloves. And if you're doing it right, you shouldn't be cold, right? If you
Right.
keep moving, and your blood should be flowing, and shouldn't need the gloves.
So have you ever gotten to, like you just said, that they find rotten wood or ants? Have you ever started a project and went, fuck this? It's just
Yeah.
too much. Good luck.
Well, unfortunately, we've had to go through with it and keep going, but there's been a couple, 2 or 3 that we weren't able to save. That we weren't, and we've had to go to the homeowner and say, listen, like, it's just, whether it's mold or rot or whatever, it's not fixable. So we'll tear it down and we'll build them, something brand new to get into.
The one thing that I found odd is, well, maybe I just missed it, but there's no swears getting beeped out on there. And I know
Yeah.
construction guys like you, there's no way you guys aren't dropping F-bombs.
We don't belong on family television, that's for sure. I've heard from my producers that you can find that content in Australia. They sell all that cutout footage to some network in Australia. So
No shit.
yeah.
That's what we know, a referee in Australia. We'll have to ask him.
See if my producer's just pulling my leg or not.
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get an answer on that, whether or not Australia has the dirty stuff,
Yeah.
which makes sense. They
Yeah.
are Australia. You
But
know?
if you're on HBO, you can swear, right?
Yeah. No, Magnolia
Magnolia's no.
Yeah. No, and we're a family friendly show.
Yeah, right.
With the bar and restaurant that we have here, we've got fans from all over the place that come in here all day long. Place is just crazy. But a lot of times what we hear from these fans is how much they enjoy watching the show with their kids, or that they'll put the show on and the kids are just into it for hours, watching the dogs run around and watching us, make jokes and have fun and stuff. So, we kind of pride being a family friendly show, but yeah, I definitely, there should be more beeping than there is.
Now I feel bad. Like, it's a
Calling 'em
family
out.
show. How come you guys don't drop fuck all the time?
It's a family league.
Now I know
Yeah.
why.
Yeah. Well, I definitely have my ways. If like something's going awry, I have my ways. So like the camera will just be like, nope, can't show that. So I can remove myself from those situations pretty good.
I already know that there's no way I could be filmed doing something like that, because like in the past like 3 or 4 years I've really got into like doing that kind of stuff, like building stuff. Like I bought a 1969 camper and tried like converting it into like a podcast studio, and like just like any like housework or home improvement stuff. I've got all kinds of nail guns and stuff, but I enjoy it. It sounds like I hate every part of it. I'm calling the tools things. I'm saying things that most people wouldn't even say locked in a closet by themselves. But
I mean, the trades, they get pretty frustrating, and like you say, contractors, carpenters, like it's we're a different bunch for sure.
Bill Burr has a good bit on that. It's part of putting something together. You guys lose their fucking minds. And,
I know it's a
Just
poor
part of it.
carpenter who blames the tools. I blame the tools.
Yeah. We always say, always the Indian, not the arrow.
You know what I do when I need something fixed? I call the landlord. That's how I fix shit.
Yeah.
I'm not handy. Although, you know what's funny is my father could build anything. Like, he was one of those people that wasn't an electrician, wasn't a plumber. He was, but he worked for the Army Corps of Engineers and then OSHA, but he could frickin' do anything, like no matter what had to be done. And my brother got that. One of my brothers got that. I did not. So whenever I watch shows like yours, I'm like, how do they know where to put shit and how to do it and loads and load beams and all this stuff? It's fascinating. I guess that's why the show is so cool, because you get an insight into something that, unless you do it, you'd have no idea about it.
Yeah, and with all of us, we've all, kind of been around it since we were kids. I grew up on a farm, so there was, rarely any money to pay someone to come fix something. You just had to do it yourself. You had to learn how to fix it, or if the barn needed fixing or whatever, So, yeah, just the years of doing it, and there's just certain little tricks of each of the trades. Not a lot, but certain tricks that if you know these things, it makes it all pretty simple, to understand. Example, like when you say like load bearing or weight bearing, like a header on a window, for every inch of opening, for every foot of opening, you need an inch of header. So like if you've got a 4 foot wide opening, you need a 4-inch header that's going to hold the weight up top. But just little things like that we've just all known and learned, and just by doing it.
I wouldn't know what a header was if it hit me in the face.
Yeah.
You say window, I go, yeah, I can look out.
Yeah. So at the top of like all your doors and windows, stuff like that, you'll find a header, which is essentially like a carrying beam. Just because like the weight of like your roof, your windows would buckle, or your door, there's not much structure support above just having a window there, so.
See, that makes sense to me. Hey, where is your your little tavern and stuff? Give it a shout out. Like, what's the name and where is it?
Yeah, I'm actually sitting upstairs right now. We've got a little bar and restaurant in a gift shop storefront in Manchester, Maine, right outside of Augusta. The storefront, we're Kennebec Cabin Company. So if you want to buy any of our stuff, it's KennebecCabinCompany.com. And then out back, we've got a really cool bar, restaurant, music venue called the Woodshed. Got inside bar, it's an old barn, actually. We converted an old barn into a bar. And then we've built an outside bar out there, and we have this huge stage. We can host maybe 700 to 1,000 people on
Holy smoke!
any of our concert nights. But yeah, it's a really cool spot. The snowmobile trail, the ITS trail comes right up to our back parking lot. So like the outside bar is open all winter. The fire pits are going, and snowmobilers are coming in and out. And last year
setup.
we flooded the back, and we were going to do like a little skating rink, for the kids and stuff like that. But kind of liability wise, we switched gears, and there's Ice Hole. Have you ever heard of Ice Hole? No,
No.
and I really hadn't either. But
I know
so
a few.
yeah, cold ones, some cold holes. But it's kind of like a cross between horseshoes and like shuffleboard, and like curling almost. So we had this long sheet of ice, and you just have a couple of holes drilled at each end, and you've got this. It's a disc of sorts, but it's like it's like a puck, and you shuffleboard back and forth, and like I said, it's like cornhole, curling, and horseshoes all in one.
But on ice.
But on ice, yep. But yeah,
That
so we
sounds
had that.
cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, we had that going last year, and every Monday night we had tournaments every Monday night, and the place was just packed with people playing. But
It's awesome.
I mean, this
That's
sounds
awesome.
like a good Zebras on the Road episode. We should go up there, do a winter episode.
Let's do it.
absolutely,
Do an episode near the fire pit.
yeah.
Did any do the Portland Pirate games at all?
I haven't in a while. I used to go quite a bit. But no, I guess last year I caught one of the Mariners games, but yeah, no, it's been a while since I've been to any of those.
Yeah, I worked that league for 9 seasons. I was up there all the time. It was awesome.
But yeah, nice. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
a lot of fun.
Portland's a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah, I had a few college roommates from up in Maine, and they would come and just heckle me when I get out in the ice, and just like it's hilarious because like nobody knows, but they're just like they're just like, oh, Binda, you're awful. You sell your equipment. Like, oh, it was awesome just getting heckled. And then no, go ahead.
Go ahead,
No,
Gino.
I'm done.
Oh, I was going to say that venue sounds perfect for a comedy show.
I was thinking that this afternoon, actually, when I thought about you saying you were doing a show in Lovell. We have done some comedy shows up here. The inside space we did one last winter. It was kind of a smaller show. We can do probably 40 or 50 people inside the barn there. But yeah, we've done them both inside and out. So yeah, we could definitely make that happen.
I get it by
Definitely.
5 minutes.
Yeah, well, you can do your 5 minutes in Maine. That would be perfect for you, Gino. Right?
I say we'll book it. Let's book it.
100%.
Perfect.
I'd love to go up there and that's Maine's actually one of my favorite places to perform because the people just it's different than Boston because Boston no one gives a shit, right? Like, but up there they're appreciative of the fact that you're there and entertaining them, and like I've never had an audience like angry at me up there.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I was gonna say they're not dickheads.
no, they're not. They're not.
Yeah.
And-
It's like Boston with a Canadian twist.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, no, I seriously, I've always had good, good crowds up there, and people were just ready to be entertained, as opposed to people sitting there going, "My fucking uncle's funny. What are you gonna do?" Like
Right.
that's what you
Yeah.
get in Boston.
Yeah.
And
Be
those are
funny,
relatives.
clown.
Definitely,
seriously.
definitely a different caliber of people up here in Maine than
Yeah.
down in Boston area for sure. And like you say, just happy to be entertained. Like there's not always a lot to do. So when something like that comes about, people are excited about it,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Lovell, Maine. I'm up there next month, a couple weeks, something like that. I don't even know where it is. Lovell,
Yes,
Maine.
send me the date. I'll definitely have to come down for that.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's at a VFW because I
Oh.
play all the big rooms.
Yeah.
And I'm
Got
throwing
real
my
cheap drinks at the VFW.
Yeah,
I'm
cheap
throwing
drinks,
my
exactly.
success in your face.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'll definitely let you know. We'll definitely got to talk about setting a comedy show up there.
Yeah, and
For
if
sure.
if it works out and we do end up get the weather for the ice hole this year, like I say, maybe come up and do an episode up here, and then just follow up in the evening with the show.
Yeah, no, that'd be perfect. We could tape a show. We could play some ice hole, and we could, do a comedy show afterwards. That would be a great trip.
Yeah, yep, yep.
And then go stay
I'm
in
in.
some cabin you've refurbished.
I can set that up.
Or is it
And
as heat?
yeah,
Roughing
yeah.
it to me is an RV without Wi-Fi. All right,
Yeah, right.
that's about the extent of outdoorsman that I have.
Well,
You
we'll
know,
find you a nice cozy one with some
yeah,
actual heat, not just a wood stove.
yeah. Or maybe I could stay in the pontoon boat. Does
You
that
could do
thing have
that
heat?
too. Yeah,
I could stay in that thing.
I can put some heat in it. Be warm enough
All
for the
right,
evening.
all right.
I
Well,
tell you, when it's
I'll
like
wear my
10,
flannel.
you're perfect. You bring your flannel PJs.
Yeah.
Your electric underwear.
Yeah.
Yep. With
But
my luck, Josh and I'll end up spooning to stay warm and
Oh
survive.
yeah.
And I don't want to do that again. Um,
Hey, it was chilly
so
in Montana at night.
yeah, it was. Um, before I want to talk some hockey, and this would be a perfect lead-in. I just want to tell everyone a little bit about one of our sponsors, Townsend Hockey. And at Townsend Hockey, they don't just build great hockey players; they build great people with discipline, respect, and leadership. On the ice and off, they train character, they grow confidence, and they inspire a lifelong love of the game. Because at Townsend Hockey, it's not just about the scoreboard, it's about who you become. They build teammates, leaders, young people with heart, grit, and integrity because they know that the lessons learned on the ice, discipline, respect, resilience, are the same ones that shape strong character for life. At Townsend Hockey, they don't just develop great hockey players, they develop great people. Townsend Hockey, join them and become more than just a player, become your best self. Townsend Hockey, practice until you get it right, practice until you can't get it wrong. Find out more information at townsendhockey.com. And I'll tell you what, knowing Graham Townsend, that is spot on because talk about a guy of character, integrity, and grit. We love Graham, and you got to check out Townsend Hockey. So you played hockey your whole life.
I did. Yep. Yeah. I started skating when I was 3. My brother and I both got right into it. Been a goalie since I was 6 years old. Graduated high school. Started coaching high school hockey kind of immediately after graduating, and yeah, still play today.
Now you never refereed.
I didn't. No, no, it was yeah, too busy playing.
We'll have to get you out there in the stripes.
All right.
Now, did you have that beard in like third grade? Like
Yeah.
what?
I'm actually I'm the runt of my family when it comes to facial hair.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. But no, it's actually I be honest with you, I haven't been clean shaven since 2012. 2012, yeah. And I trim
Wow.
it. I cut it myself and keep it so it's not all over the place.
Me
Yeah,
too.
have
Yeah. No, it's epic that
yeah.
like for someone who like myself who, I could try growing that my whole life and I would just look silly. I can appreciate some good face lettuce, you know.
This
Uh,
year takes me it would take me about maybe a month, not even a month to get to here. Yeah.
yeah, see, you can swing a hammer, cut a board, and grow a beard. All three things I cannot do.
I mean, look at the difference between his hands and our hands. Our hands were built for dance, dude. That's
My-
it.
Yeah, well, that's
I
true.
can't feel mine anymore.
So did now I gotta you showed me a picture of your pads. And we talked a little bit before we started. Josh, I think can pull them up because I think these are the coolest goalie pads. I think Gino, you got to get a set of these for
Yeah, for Dylan.
Dylan. I think Dylan would look good in these.
Yeah, I just texted you. I got to put them in post because it won't
Okay.
let me share
All
it for
right,
some
we'll
reason.
put them
but
in post. But
They
they're
are sick.
incredible with it's poker themed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All growing up, I've just never had a matching set of pads. And through a Facebook group of goalies a couple of years back, I saw these pads up for sale, and they were Brian's, which I've worn Brian's gear a lot throughout my years, and absolutely love Brian's. But yeah, it's a poker themed leather embroidered set of pads, and kind of gambled my whole life, and I play a lot of cards, play a lot of poker, so it was the perfect fit. I immediately reached out to the guy and said, "Here's my money."
That's
Love it.
awesome.
Yeah,
And
those
and
are
then,
sick.
and did they like you knew they'd fit? Because I know
Didn't have a
goalie
clue.
pads
Didn't have a clue. I was going to force myself to grow or shrink or
didn't care.
didn't care. And I knew if I needed to, I could, have them customized a little bit. But yeah, they fit pretty well.
You could have sawzalled them
Yeah,
and
I would have.
rebuilt them, right?
Yeah, I would have. Yeah. No, I
Well,
can sew.
they're pretty sick.
Yeah.
There's
That's a
cool
whole
pads
that's a
and-
whole nother show. Pad Masters.
Pad masters. Yeah. Custom pads.
But yeah, well, there's a guy in Canada that I think does that. He makes
There's a
custom
few.
pads.
Batchroom, maybe.
Yeah, I hated goalies. I just try to score on them.
Yeah.
But Gino will probably find some custom pads. Maybe you could do zebra pads.
That would be killer.
Dylan.
Yeah.
I think she
Yeah.
would want that. She wants the ref. She can't wait to ref.
Yeah.
I'm like, just slow down.
Yeah.
Put a
And then
zebra
that means
on,
I have to get back on the ice.
Yeah.
a zebra on each pad. That would be fantastic. Kind of like the yoga pants with a zebra on each cheek.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's like
You know?
automatic quick whistles. Hey, I'm with
Right.
you guys.
I'll
Right.
tell you, I've seen some pretty wild, and I don't know if I can shout out the Facebook group, but it's
Yeah. There's no
goalie.
limitations on here.
All right, yeah, it's called Goalie Gear Sluts United, GGSU, and the amount of custom pads that are out there are just people are so creative, right? And it's I think the coolest that I saw was they looked just like the net. Like it was a net. I mean, it looked like open net behind the goalie from the leg pads to the blocker to the catcher. Like,
That
So
was
it's
Jimmy
funny.
Dunn's.
Yes. Jimmy Dunn, a friend of ours, comedian from New Hampshire, who was a former guest on the show, his son designed those.
no kidding. Yeah.
It's called goalie flage.
Yeah.
And yeah, he designed those pads, and there was a guy in Canada that was going to make them, and there was some issues with with paying the NHL or whatever. I don't know what happened, but his son is the one that designed those,
Yeah.
which is
No
kind of
kidding.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
goalie flage, I believe it
Yeah.
was called.
Yes, you're right.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Now, your helmet, pretty cool. Paint jobs on goalie helmets, I know are very cheap. But
We get the stickers.
everyone has an inspiration, right?
Yeah.
What was your inspiration for the mask?
Well, one of the masks that I have, it's I played for a team called EJP, Everett J. Prescott. I don't know, they're all over the East Coast. They sell like pipeline, fire hydrant, stuff like that. Big hockey family. So they sponsored our team. So the blue helmet, I think in that picture is it's all just like pipe. It's kind of like
Yeah.
a pipe, like a pipeline. My other helmet that I use, like you say, it's really cheap to get a helmet painted. So I had this all white helmet, and I was just like, man, I can't afford to have it painted. What am I gonna do with this helmet? So I got some black vinyl, and I just did the Mike Tyson tattoo on the side of my helmet.
That's awesome.
I wear that one mostly. And then my helmet that I had in high school. Kind of a funny story. My father, he's a prankster for sure, but I had just an all black helmet, Eddie Goltech helmet, and obviously as a high school kid, like, oh my God, I wish I could have a painted helmet. Well, he took my helmet out of my bag and didn't tell me about it. And I got to a game, I didn't have my helmet. Because I always forget a piece of equipment or something along the line. He let me believe that I lost my helmet for like 3 weeks. Was just scolding me and giving me the 5th degree, and he had taken it, had it painted with our team mascot and the name, and They used to
Sick.
call me the Snake, so there was a big boa constrictor on the back and stuff like that. But yeah, it was pretty funny. He had me convinced that I lost my very expensive goalie helmet and that I wasn't getting another one. And I think I wore like my old Jofa, like it was the Protec, like the cue ball, the white Protec
Yeah.
helmets from the 80s. Yeah, I had to wear that for about 3 weeks playing goalie.
And he
That,
yelled
that
at
Dominic Hasek
Yeah.
helmet.
Yeah. Yeah.
you. He was
No,
yelling at you.
yeah. Really, really got me good on that one, but came back and it was just this beautiful, beautiful hand painted job, but
You had the Dominic Hasek special. Didn't he
yeah,
wear
yeah.
Yes.
like a weird Jofa with the cage that came way up?
He
And,
did, but mine
yeah.
was it was more of the round one. I think actually they're like skateboard helmets nowadays.
Yeah.
It looked like a Q-tip, you know?
That's
Yeah.
always good for a high school kid.
Oh, yeah, real good for the self-esteem. Yeah.
I'm
So it's
thinking you could
basically like a Mark Messier helmet with a cage.
Yeah.
pretty much, or a Stan Mikita. Stan Mikita
Yes.
wear the goofy round helmet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would think you'd be able to do something cool with the whole Jedi thing. Maybe some lightsabers.
Yeah, I'm actually still waiting for Disney to come with some papers and sue me for using the name. But yeah, no, definitely could incorporate a lot of different Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, just paint it gold and be C-3PO.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. A
That'd be
little
kinda cool.
R2D2.
Right? Little R2D2. What's funny is I didn't even think of that. Like, you've had the nickname forever, right?
Yeah.
And imagine if they did come after you and say you cease and desist using your name. I mean, in this day and age, I could see it happening, but it's completely
Yeah.
fucked, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because I would think anyone could do that.
Yeah, I mean, I joke about it, but like, with our merchandise and stuff, like we have T-shirts with our faces on it and stuff like that, and I've always wanted to kind of design something with that Star Wars theme, but I don't know how well it would fly.
I'm sure they're watching.
Yeah, we're probably not.
Fucking Disney.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're never going to sponsor the zebras, so fuck them.
Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
That's right. That's right. That's what you do. You played against the Bruins alumni too.
I did. Yeah, that was last fall. A dream come true. A dream come true. It was awesome. We lost 9-8. It was the best ass kicking I've ever had in my life. It was great.
9-8 isn't bad though.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah, we were down 9-6 with 3 minutes to go. Got two
Then you
more.
guys
in
were
the
down
last-
5-on-3 for the whole. No.
Well, so I did notice I took a lot of penalty shots in that game. They're quick to automatic penalty shot. So yeah, but I shut down Joey Mullen on a penalty shot. So I almost hung up my pads after that.
That's
That's awesome.
Hockey Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Joe Mullen.
Insane, just an awesome guy. I took a slash in the throat from Bruce Shoebottom that same game.
That checks out.
I got some good video footage of that. But yeah, he got me good. I was bobbling a puck. It was in the air. I was down in a butterfly, and he gave it one good whack, and he caught me right
Jesus.
up on the throat, right up underneath the helmet, and
Shoe.
almost took me right over backwards. But
Shoe
Well,
came
the beard
on.
probably saved your life. It was like a neck
it
guard.
does. It sticks out from my helmet like quite a bit, so it's like, but
Natural neck guard.
Yeah.
Shoe came on the Zebras back when we did the Bull with the Bruin episode, and he's a trip. I mean,
He's
all
awesome.
those guys are great. Josh, I've refereed some games with the Bruins alumni, and Josh does the announcing, and all those guys are just, I mean, class A guys.
I was just with them on Sunday up in Lewiston, Maine. I was just with them up there in the Coliseum.
Yeah, exactly.
They have a Coliseum up there.
The Coliseum.
The
Coliseum.
Coliseum. Yeah.
Lewiston
I was saying it
Coliseum.
wrong. It's
Yeah,
actually
right.
where
Real
Muhammad
French.
Ali knocked out Liston. Or
Yes, it
Liston
is,
knocked
yeah.
himself out.
Yeah.
It was
No kidding.
yeah, it was right that iconic picture of him like yelling at
Portland
Liston
played
to
there
get
for a
up.
season because they were doing renovations on the other in Portland, so we had to go up to Lewiston for a season. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And there now we have the Maine Nordiques, the QMJHL there. Sidney Crosby played down there when he was playing for Como, I think is what it was. Yeah, a lot of those guys when they were kids came down and have played in that.
Yeah, the
Quebec
whole
Major
front of that
League.
building has like everyone that ever played there, and it was just like, holy shit. And then Muhammad Ali fought there. I was like, it's like Gardner.
Yeah.
Gardner, Mass, but it's it's way up
How
in
many
Maine.
people does it seat?
Good amount.
Yeah, I don't know exact numbers, but yeah, it's pretty
Couple
good.
thousand?
360-degree seating. So it's yeah.
It's almost like a an older Songus Arena in Lowell. It's almost the same size.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not huge, but
no. I felt like every time I was up there, I was up there coming driving home in a snowstorm. Every time.
I believe it.
That typically happened. That's like North Dakota. North Dakota, whenever I went to Fargo, I hit a
Freezing.
blizzard. Every freaking time. Didn't matter. I think you could go there in July and then be a blizzard. Like, it's just ridiculous. Fargo. Now, isn't there a one of those hockey academies up in Maine? Did they play there? I think that's Quebec. They call them the Nordiques or something.
Yeah,
Like
you
it's
said.
Yeah, the Maine Nordiques.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
When
they
the hosts aren't paying attention.
No. I thought. Wait a minute. Calm
He
down
already
over
said
there.
it. I'm kidding.
This will sound like the Monday night quarterback this past week. Gino and I went at it pretty good this past Monday on
There's passion, man.
positioning. But no, I heard Jedi say the Quebec, the Nordiques, Maine Nordiques, but I thought that was a Quebec Major Junior team that played there, and then they also have their hockey academy.
They do. They
That's
have
what I
a
meant.
hockey academy up there. But I think it's different.
No,
Okay.
there's like Hebron Academy, and
Yeah,
like
that's a big hockey school.
and like Kent's Hill, real big hockey driven kind of private schools, prep schools, but in Bridgeton, actually
Yes,
Bridgeton's
Bridgeton
got a,
Academy. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
Bridgeton's got a
Bridgeton.
really good program as well.
Now, for the upcoming season of Cabin Masters, what's on the docket? Anything crazy? Any travel?
Yeah, kind of our first two episodes, which will come out the end of November, is that episode we did up in the Allagash. It's going to be a 2-part episode. Like I said, normally we do like 4 episodes over like 16 weeks time. This one we did just 1 episode in about 2 weeks time. So we go up there and we film the whole thing, redo the whole thing in 2 weeks. And that's going to be a really good one. We've got one going on, redoing a like an old Grange Hall kind of somewhere close to here, in the town of Fayette. It's just this old rundown Grange Hall that really needed some help, and get in there and fix that up. And then Chase bought an old. It's part of the Woolworth Estates, which is a
Yeah.
big place on Cobbessy Lake, right 5 minutes from the bar here. He and his wife, they're going to turn that into a bed and breakfast. Used to be, way back in the day, celebrities from all over the place would come and stay at this Woolworth Estates. Bruce Willis has stayed there a lot, like through the 50s, and like Ted Williams, and just people and athletes would always go to the Woolworth Estates. Had its own horse racetrack and like stables and stuff like that. So it was really cool spot. So yeah, that's going to be a 6-part episode where we turn the old horse stables into a bed and breakfast.
Wow, that'll be
Kinda
cool.
Cool.
Kind of off the wall from what we normally do, but it's going to be really cool.
Woolworth. Now, was that the Woolworth store?
Yes.
That's what I was
Five and
thinking, yeah.
dime.
Yeah.
I think they called it.
Yeah.
I remember going to the Woolworths with my mom.
My grandmother took me. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that.
And they used to
Yeah.
have this like a soda bar thing.
Yeah,
that
you
you'd
sit and get a
at.
shake. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the Woolworths.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
No,
pretty
they've
cool.
that compound and it's huge, absolutely huge. Yeah, that's been around for the 20s and 30s and 40s, and it's been around for a long time.
Did you in the Allagash there? Did you do all that work in 2 weeks?
We did, yep, yep.
Holy
We
shit!
we we brought, probably half of our crews up there with us just to make sure we could get it done. Because it's, with the production crew, they've got to try to plan accordingly, as far as our camera crew, our sound guys, they all fly in from everywhere. They all gather. So we had to have it done in that 2 weeks time, so um, yeah, it
Wh-
was it was a good project.
What do you truck everything up there?
We did, yeah, yeah. We
Because you
had
can't run
about
to Home Depot. You know what I mean? If
cannot
like, you
run
forget something.
the no it 3 hours to just the closest gas station,
Oh,
and there you maybe you get a candy bar and a cup of coffee and some gas. That's about it. But yeah,
could you live up there? I
I could,
couldn't. You could. Yeah.
absolutely, yep,
I
yep.
don't know if I could live that far away from civilization.
It's yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough, I mean, you've got to, one of the biggest things, it's like all old dirt logging roads, so there's no pavement whatsoever. So out of the 15 vehicles that we took up there, I bet we went through probably 8 or 10 flat tires, just because of the shale and the stuff and the rocks and the roads that you've got to have a couple of spare tires with you, plug kits, compressors, like you don't want to just go drive off by yourself and be like, "Oh, I'm headed for town." Like
That's what
you
I
want,
do.
Wild. It's so wild.
yeah,
That's definitely what I do. I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go get a soda and a coffee. I'll be back 4 days
I mean,
later.
it's funny. It's the Kevin Miller episode because when me and Riley were out in Montana at Kevin Miller's, and he's got what 2,000 acres out in the Rocky Mountains in Montana, and
Middle of nowhere, Pony, Montana.
yeah, and we started seeing signs like it was two hours from where we were in Bozeman,
Close to 2 hours from
yeah,
Bozeman.
and just drive, and you start seeing signs where it's like, "Please don't patrol beyond this point." Like you're just on your own. And I was asking him, I was like, "What happens if you forget milk at the store?" And he was like, "You don't."
yeah. You check that list twice.
You get
Yeah.
it from the goat in the back.
Yeah,
You're right. Like there's no police out there or anything in those
no,
remote areas. So it's like,
Yeah, I was saying like snow plows don't maintain the roads past this point. You're literally on your own. Like,
yeah. Yeah, up there it's a lot of like leased land by the logging companies. Irving, the big Canadian logging companies own a majority of that land up there. But yeah, you see logging trucks here and there, but other than that, you don't. Hunting season, you'll see a lot more people. Moose season, bird hunting season, a lot of people go up there to hunt. So in the fall, you're more than likely to see some more people, but wrong time of year, you're up there by yourself.
so there's no like quote population up
No,
there.
no,
Yeah.
no,
More like
no.
visitors and stuff.
Yep, yep.
That
More,
might be
more.
a good,
Go ahead.
I was going to say that might be a good place for me to go to sack tap a moose. I wouldn't
You
have to
could
go all the way to Alaska.
you could easily sack tackle moose up there.
All right.
no
Well, now I
urgent
know
care
it.
though.
About 5 hours away to the closest hospital.
Telling you the moose is buckling. No
now,
way that
now you
thing
can
is
sell your
catching you.
T-shirts up in Maine. Sack Tap on Moose Tour Maine edition.
Yeah, Maine edition. That would be perfect. I could do that. No, that's pretty cool. You playing any hockey this year?
I kind of took the summer off. We had a lot of stuff going on. It's as a goalie, it's hard to commit. I'm the one that's there every week, no matter what. You show up to these men's leagues games and 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and you got 4 guys in the locker room when you show up. It's like turn
No
around and
thanks.
leave. But or I get there early, I'm all dressed, ready to go. It's 2 minutes before game time, and we've got 5 guys. Like
That's annoying.
So it's tough, you know. I can't. I take pride in playing goalie. I'm there every week. You know, I don't ever gonna leave a team stranded. So it's a lot easier for those guys to be like, oh, it's 9 o'clock. I've had my boots off for a couple hours. I'm not going.
What you have any funny referee stories from over the years? Seeing that we are
Uh, no, not too bad. I was kind of a jokester and pretty easy out on the ice, unless I had to be, had to step it up a little bit. But yeah, usually I get along with all the stripes throughout the years pretty well.
Goalies, as a referee, goalies are always like your best friends for the most part, and some don't even want to talk to you. Those ones you can kind of tell. You're like, all right, leaving you the fuck alone.
Yeah,
well,
yeah. No, I
goalies
have
they're a little off. I mean, let's be honest.
yeah, a lot off. You know, a lot
A lot
off.
off.
And I relate the most to, and I watch the video all the time. I don't know if you've seen the video with Ilya Brizgalov there, where he's explaining the universe.
Yes.
It's just hilarious. I mean,
Yeah.
that guy is just out there, and I feel that sometimes.
The team went to a restaurant the other day, and they take like a picture of like the girl sitting at the table, and like is everybody like all nice and smile, and then you see my daughter with like some type of weird like. I'm like, yep, there's the goalie. Yep,
Yeah.
there you go. I can tell which one's the goalie.
Yeah. Goalies and drummers, and I was both.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. That's my whole family's goalies, and I'm a drummer. So
Yeah.
I think it's Mass Mutual. Yuri Saros is sitting there with Ryan O'Reilly, and he's like, "What's your goals?" And he, for retirement, he's like, "No goals,
No goals.
No goals. No
He
goals.
just keeps saying it, and then he leaves. And he's like, "Good talk, no goals." I think that sums up a a goalie.
Yeah.
There's got to be something wrong with you. Just because we'll have to have when we go up there. Maybe we can have a little game too. We can do a little hockey game.
Yeah. I'd be up for it for sure.
Yeah, play a little ice hole, and then go play with some assholes.
Yeah, I mean, I can get us out to Kent's Hill, or I can get us right at the ice vault as well. But yeah, we could get some ice time for sure.
Awesome.
We'll
It's
supply the
done.
refs.
It's
Perfect.
done. Yeah, well, yeah, they'll be in our pocket.
you got to truck those in too.
Keep it fair. Keep it fair.
Rodney Dangerfield.
So good.
That was Kevin Flynn told the funny Rodney Dangerfield.
Yes, he
story.
did.
We got a reel out there about that. So, former guest. Well, Jared, this has been awesome, man.
Yes.
Just such a cool and different show, and I'm glad it's you guys have definitely had success with it and have a huge following, and it's just like all those other house shows and stuff. I don't know. It's just so unique. And plus, it's in most of these places in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, yep. We're very grateful that it's gone as long as it has, and we've got our fans to thank for that. It's just awesome, that, like I say, that it has gone this far, and we're gonna keep right on doing it. And as long as the network wants us to make episodes, we're gonna keep making episodes.
A buddy of ours, a former guest, PJ Thibodeau, comedian PJ Thibodeau. I told him you were coming on, and he was all fired up. He absolutely loves the show. He was like, "No way, Jedi's coming on. I love that show." And he's a guy that like rebuilds shit, and like he redid a whole shed to make it kind of like a studio / man cave kind of thing. Like
he would come on for the comedy show.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. We'll bring PJ up. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be a good one. But he's seriously a huge fan. He was so he's like, "How the hell did you get Jedi?"
Well, tell him thank you for watching.
Funny story. And why? So we met at the Northeast Card Sports Expo.
Yeah.
I'll give it a plug, right? And and you were a legit celebrity signing autographs. I was there as a celebrity signing autographs, and that's how we met. And it was just so cool because I'll be honest, had no idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jedi. What's this guy, a Star
Who's
Wars
this?
guy? And then after we're there, we talking. I was like, this is freaking cool because I went home and checked it out. But that's how we met, and it's just funny how, like, and hockey kind of brings everyone together.
Yes, it does.
So
Yeah.
it's a cool thing.
One of the greatest sports on earth, hands down. It just as far as the character it builds in people, the athleticism it takes, like. Not because I'm biased to the game of hockey, but some of the greatest athletes in the world are hockey players, in my
No
opinion.
question.
Yeah.
No question. I'll be biased. It's not only the greatest sport, but the toughest sport to play.
Hands down.
I have arguments all the time with guys, and they're like, this sport, that sport. And I'm like, no, we can go out and dribble a ball and shoot it. We might suck at it, but, swing a bat, throw a football. You can't just throw on skates and go play hockey.
Yep.
Now combine all those and stand on razor blades.
Right. Play goalie.
And take
And
a
then play
punch
goalie.
and take a punch in the face or a puck in the throat and get right back up and keep going. Like,
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It builds as Graham
And do
Townsend
it all
says,
drunk too.
that helps.
that doesn't
Cheers to
doesn't
that.
hurt.
Yes.
I know. I love that. I think you're our first guest to bang down beer while we were taping, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
I wasn't
Yeah.
sure, but I probably wouldn't do it if I couldn't have a beer going.
Anything goes here.
Well, Grab,
We're not
one of our first guests brought an Italian spread with a bunch of wine and Zambuca, so that was fun.
Nice.
Yeah. So we have had alcohol on the set, and Gino, I think you had some buca and some wine that night.
I might have had a drink or two with the Brickley episode too on the golf course.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think a few of you had a few. I think I was the only sober one on that course.
you're right. Yeah, you might be right.
That's all right. But no, it's cool. I can't wait to get up there. I
Yeah.
really can't.
Yeah,
It's,
and whether it's summertime or in the winter, we can accommodate and make something happen.
Wow, that'd
and-
be cool. Appreciate that. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I mean,
I'd
summer.
like to, it's funny. I'd like to go up there in the winter and the summer, only
Mhm.
because I hate
It's
the
two
cold.
different experiences.
Yeah, I hate the cold, but it's definitely a place where you should go in the winter.
Yep. And I'll get you guys out snowmobiling. If you
Oh, I've never
Oh,
gone.
I've never done that.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
None of us have gone snowmobiling.
No.
No.
I don't
Oh,
want to get stuck in the middle of the woods and freeze.
well, I'll make sure that doesn't happen. But yeah, we snowmobile all winter long.
Oh, it's so cool.
State of Maine has over 30,000 miles of groomed snowmobile trails.
Wow.
And it's really not to promote drinking and snowmobiling, but it's pretty much bar hopping. You just one place to the next, ride for, I don't know, some of the biggest days I've put on like 400 miles.
What?
Just, yeah.
Oh, that's
But you can
holy
also
shit.
ride local or, just kind of bum around. But yeah, I could leave the bar here on the snowmobile and I could be in Canada in about 3 to 4 hours on a
Wow.
sled. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, that's how we get you in Canada, Josh. We bring you over the border.
There we
We'll-
go.
on a snowmobile.
Smoking right
There you
across
go,
on a
there you go.
snowmobile.
No one will catch us. We'll have a car waiting on the other side.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's
But
great.
yeah, like I said, wintertime, come on up. We can do any of it, and definitely get you guys on sleds if you're coming in the wintertime.
Yeah. No,
Um,
that's a definite.
And if it's the summer, then we'll get out and play some golf.
Nice.
Oh, I would stay. Well, it's kind of like I went up to Alaska this past summer and
Nice.
saw
Yeah.
and Travis Jackson, Action Jackson, who is a sponsor of this episode. He took me everywhere, but it's definitely, I know it's going to would be a different experience in the winter.
Yep.
And
Yes.
almost like a 180-degree difference, between summer and winter. And I look at Maine like that too, you
Yeah.
know.
Yep,
So-
definitely is. Yeah,
We'll have to
there's,
make that happen.
yeah, it'd be perfect.
When we say we're going to visit Jedi up in Maine, people look at us like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
They have a Star Wars community up
yeah.
there.
He's gonna put us on tauntauns. We're gonna be riding around the blizzards on tauntauns.
Yeah, be like, yeah, we could live out our Star Wars fantasy.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. You
Love
got any of those big fucking things you ride? Those big beard, they
The
have a
tauntaun.
beard like you.
Yeah.
What are they?
The white one there that Luke Skywalker was on, and that they cut open and he went inside of
Yeah.
it. It's called a tauntaun.
Tauntaun. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you meant the those sky bikes they rode too.
But yeah,
Um,
the speeder bikes.
yeah, I
Yeah.
love Star Wars, but I don't know all the names of shit. You
Yeah,
know what I
like
mean? I know the characters, but I don't know the names of all. I know an AT-AT Walker because I built a Lego version
yeah.
way back with one of my kids on Christmas Day. Took me like fucking 6 hours, but the thing walked and shit. It was really
Nice.
cool. Had a
Yeah.
motor in it, but yeah, I digress. So, well, Jedi, this has been awesome. We appreciate you coming on. You're gonna hold on so the recording and everything can stop after we wrap it up. We want to thank our sponsors, of course, the Referees Crease, Damon Financial LLC, Townsend Hockey, and also our buddy Travis Jackson. Also want to thank AOA Studios. Want to remind you to like and subscribe, or as the kids say nowadays, smash the like and subscribe button. That's what they say, right? I'm
Smash
a little smash that button. Follow us on the social medias, the Instagram, the Facebook, and of course,
the TikTok.
thank you, Gino. And this has just been another great episode, and we want you to check out Maine Cabin Masters with Jedi. You find it on the Magnolia Network. I actually watched on, I think, Prime or one of
Could
them.
have.
So,
Yep. We're
yeah.
on a few of those streaming, the HBO Max, the Prime,
Yeah.
Paramount. But
So you can find it out there for
yes.
sure.
Yep.
Check out Maine Cabin Masters with Jedi. It's a great show. We thank you for watching and listening to us here, the Chirping Zebras. So for Gino Binda Jr., for Josh Dolan, and for Jedi, Jared Baker, I'm Mark Riley. We're saying so long. We'll see you next time right here on the Chirping Zebras.